When she got married to Prince Harry, Meghan Markle knew she would be expected to follow certain rules to fit in with the royal family. While she's willing to master the perfect curtsy, there are still some things this mom-to-be just won't compromise on. The Duchess of Sussex is known for shaking things up, and she's doing away with some long-standing traditions when it comes to her birth plan. This time, Meghan is the one handing out rules to those involved with the birth of her first child. Find out why this royal birth will be totally different than those experienced by Kate Middleton. Doctors. When it comes to selecting the perfect medical professionals to assist her with bringing her child into the world, Meghan Markle wants to get it just right. Her grandmother-in-law, Queen Elizabeth, has a team of trusted medical professionals she turns to when she needs care. Naturally, she would be more than happy to refer Meghan Markle to them, but there's just one tiny issue with this. Meghan ain't interested. Allegedly, Meghan Markle has turned down the Queen's suggestions in favor of finding her own medical professionals to work with, instead of the, quote, men in suits. She's hoping to find a team of female practitioners to make her feel more comfortable. Ever since Meghan Markle first met Prince Harry, there have been some rumors of her rubbing the royal family the wrong way. And of course, because she dares to choose her own medical staff, people are already accusing her of being difficult and deviating from tradition. Although the Queen has access to the best of the best, it's apparently not part of Meghan's birth plan. Linda Wing. There are some royal birth traditions which have been passed down for generations, but while others are more recent, they still hold a special place in the hearts of royal family fans. It's pretty much become a tradition for members of the royal family to give birth in the Linda Wing at St. Mary's Hospital. Queen Elizabeth's sister, Princess Anne, delivered both of her children, Peter and Zara Phillips, there. It was also the hospital of choice for the late Princess Diana, who welcomed Prince William and Prince Harry into the world. Kate Middleton had all three of her children there, and many people assume Meghan Markle would give birth there as well. However, Meghan and Harry are moving into their own little slice of paradise, and it's a bit of a hike to St. Mary's. The happy couple is calling Frogmore Cottage their home, which means this Linda Wing is simply inconvenient. And of course, in the interest of privacy, Meghan and Harry are keeping their plan quiet. It's thought they will choose a hospital closer to their new home, or even in the house itself. After all, for quite some time, home births were considered the norm in the royal family. Maybe in this surprising way, Meghan Markle will honor an older tradition. Prince Harry. For as long as they've been married, Prince Philip has always supported his wife, Queen Elizabeth. He said before that he feels being a supportive husband is part of his job, and it's one he takes very seriously. So it may surprise you to know that he was out playing a game while his son, Prince Charles, was born. Although this may seem shocking, it was actually considered the norm at the time. It was unheard of for royal men to be in the delivery room, and he missed his first 3 children being born. Finally, prior to the birth of Prince Edward, the Queen had gotten fed up. She insisted Philip be present in the delivery room as she felt it would help her relax. This kicked off a new tradition of royal fathers being present at the births of their children. Prince Charles was there when his sons Prince William and Prince Harry were born, and William was on hand when his own children were delivered. Considering how close Meghan and Harry are, and that they're known for being a modern couple, it would be shocking if Harry missed out on this moment. Teamwork. Earlier, we mentioned that Meghan Markle is seeking to put together her own team of medical professionals, and we do mean an actual team. Most new mothers are subjected to the whims of the hospital schedule, but not Meghan Markle. Any medical professional who works with her has to be willing to work in a team. Some reports claim the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have accumulated as many as 20 specialists ready to assist them when Meghan goes into labor. And being a part of the royal birth team means much more than simply showing up once things get started. These professionals get started about 3 months prior to Meghan's due date, just in case the baby decides to make an early appearance. Because they need to be ready to leap into action at a moment's notice, this means foregoing certain creature comforts for 3 long months. This includes no drinking during this time frame. It's thought that Meghan's dream team includes 2 obstetricians, 3 midwives, 3 anesthetists, and 4 members of surgical staff. In addition, Meghan also requires 2 special care baby unit staff, 4 pediatricians, 1 lab tech, and between 3 or 4 case managers. Secrecy. Even something as simple as whether the child is a boy or a girl is a closely guarded secret. It would be considered a massive breach of tradition if someone other than the Queen herself found out the gender of the child. As soon as Meghan Markle's baby is born, it will be up to Prince Harry to make an extremely important phone call, because they aren't taking any chances. He'll be using a private encrypted phone line to do so. This will go straight to his grandmother, the Queen, who will be the first to know whether she has a new great-grandson or great-granddaughter. If even the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are expected to operate under such secrecy, you can imagine the demands on the staff. Nanny. Meghan Markle has plenty of criteria she needs those involved in the birth of her child to fulfill. But when it comes to hiring people to take care of her new baby, Meghan Markle has some thoughts on this as well. Being a nanny to a member of the royal family is a prestigious honor, and the training they go through is nothing short of rigorous. But it seems as though the Duke and Duchess of Sussex might be putting off hiring a nanny, at least at first. Despite being a prince, Harry insists his upbringing was far more normal than most people assume. This was something Meghan and Harry also want for their own child, so they are choosing not to take part in some royal family traditions. Instead of hiring a nanny to help out with the new baby, Meghan is hoping to rely on help from her mother, Doria Raglan. Part of the renovations planned for Frogmore Cottage includes a room for Doria to stay when she visits. It remains to be seen if Meghan and Harry will hire a nanny when their child gets older, or if they'll be more of the do-it-yourself types. Announcement. So, we know that the Queen is pretty much the first to know all the new information about the latest member of the royal family. But don't think that the royal family sends out a standard birth announcement to commemorate such a momentous occasion. Hospital staff need to keep things quiet until the official Buckingham Palace announcement. This long-standing tradition started in 1837 and involves a framed notice being placed on a ceremonial easel in front of the palace. That's right, not just any old easel can be used for this. Afterward, bells will ring out at Westminster Abbey and St. Paul's to celebrate the new addition to the family. Fancy! The social media accounts of the royal family and their website will also announce the birth. So if you can't make it to Buckingham Palace to check out the formal announcement, don't worry, you'll still get the news. Of course, medical professionals involved in the birth are still going to have to stay quiet on the subject. It would be considered a catastrophe to have one of them update their social media about the birth ahead of the royal family. No touching. In general, a good rule of thumb is don't touch members of the royal family. Of course, medical professionals will undoubtedly have to interact with both Meghan Markle and the baby, but no more than is necessary. While adults in the royal family are supposed to refrain from physical contact, it's considered even less appropriate to touch the children. Obviously, the safety of the royal family is top priority, but it can be difficult to see what's the harm in a hug or a handshake. And in fact, many younger members of the royal family aren't particularly strict about this rule, including Harry and Meghan. They've been known to hug and shake hands with eager fans when the situation calls for it. But there is a practical reason for this rule, and it has to do with their health. The royal family is a busy family, and they don't exactly get sick days. Many of them stick to carrying handbags and wearing gloves in order to avoid making contact with members of the public. But considering how much the royal family loves babies and children, we have a feeling the latest family member is going to get plenty of affection. Home Secretary. Many of the traditions of the royal family make sense from practical perspectives, but while the family does respect traditions, many of them don't exactly translate well to modern days. There was once a rather strict birth tradition broken by none other than Queen Elizabeth herself. Back before there was DNA testing, it was a genuine concern that a royal baby might be swapped out for a non-royal baby. During the 17th century, King James II and Queen Mary Beatrice welcomed their son James Stuart. However, their enemies started a rumor that the boy was not their true son and was instead an imposter. Because of this, it became standard for the Home Secretary to oversee all royal births. This ensured no trickery was taking place and the public could rest easy regarding the subject. However, the last time a Home Secretary attended a royal birth was when Queen Elizabeth herself was born in 1926. She decided she didn't need any extra audience members when she delivered her children. So this tradition was abandoned. And we have a feeling Meghan Markle isn't going to be the one to revive it. Post-birth photo. Delivering a baby is a difficult process, to say the least, but members of the royal family do have some advantages. Cost is no consideration for them, nor is the standard of care. But there is one aspect of a royal birth that makes most mothers cringe. Of course, we all can't wait to see the latest member of the royal family and be sure that both mom and baby are happy and healthy. But still, there's something unsettling to many about the traditional post-birth photo. Allegedly, when Prince George was born, the first visitor Kate Middleton had was her hairdresser, who made sure she looked her best. Kate Middleton dutifully posed with each of her children in front of the hospital so photographers could capture their first photos. However, royal photographer Tim Rook claims this is one tradition Meghan Markle is unlikely to take part in. She and Harry seem to prefer a much more private lifestyle for themselves and their baby. It seems like these first-time parents are taking it slow and want to enjoy sharing their child with the world on their own terms. For Meghan Markle, that doesn't involve posing for a post-birth photo shoot. What do you think about the birth plan Meghan Markle has come up with? Do you think she's doing what's best for herself and her baby? Or has she deviated too far from royal tradition? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section and then click on the subscribe button for more videos from us here at The Taco. Bye for now.